for these
Well,
two
lane
V8s.
1 is Northeastern, and Syracuse in lane 2, with Harvard in lane 3, Princeton in 4, Brown in 5, and Cornell in lane 6. Once again, like the last semifinal, we've got 3 to go to the A final, and the remainder will go to the B final.
Athletes really sitting at attention, and we have a start here in this second semifinal of the men's 2v8. Great even start. I don't think I'd call a leader here. It looks like we're just about dead level, 6 boats across, no one with the advantage.
Northeastern left line at 45. Harvard at 44.
Yeah, it's still, even in these high strokes here, it looks like no one is really getting their bow out in front. I'd say maybe if there's an advantage to call, it might just go to Princeton with maybe just a seat or so over Harvard. But the rest of these boats are just still dead level here as we're in the early stages of this race in these high strokes.
I think Princeton must have known we were going to have a high drone shot because they've got that tiger stripe bow deck. And they do have a bit of a lead. Northeastern's right there with them, as is Harvard.
Yeah, but still so even, I would say, 6 boats across, with Princeton just the slimmest advantage over anyone. It might be just Brown that's getting left behind a little bit, if anything. There's a nicer shot, so we can see that it is definitely a Princeton advantage at this stage, but still very, very close with the remaining 5 crews. We're going to turn it over to the crew on the water here.
What a sensational race we're seeing as we go through the 500. That slender lead from Princeton is being attacked by the Northeastern crew on this near side. Where have they found that speed? Up at 38, and they've just got their bows marginally in front of Syracuse. Harvard right in there. There are 3 8s on this side, or 4 8s on this side, that are just killing this race. And the crews on the far side from Cornell and Brown in danger of getting left. We saw Brown's heartache in the 1v8s, and they will be desperate to avenge that defeat and get into the A final. At the moment, Princeton taking it out. We're going through the 750 meters, and they have maybe like a third, a quarter of a length. Northeastern still in a qualifying position here on this side, just level with Harvard. Syracuse just down on Northeastern, maybe like a quarter of a length. But such an impressive row from the guys from Northeastern. Paul Phillips in the stroke seat, the British stroke. They're up at 39. Looks really smooth around the back turn, really pushing it well. And they just have that deck lead over Syracuse. Brown now coming back into it. Where have Brown found that pace? They are moving through Syracuse, and Northeastern will have to look out for Brown. This is a sensational move to get into qualifying position from Josh Globus, the USA stroke, Dominic Vault behind him, the Brit. And out in front, though, it is Princeton looking supreme. Harvard and Brown now level. Brown just moving through Northeastern. And Brown are in a qualifying slot. Syracuse in danger. If they don't push through the 3rd K, we're coming up to the power lines of missing out on a qualifying slot. But Brown have moved through beautifully. But hang on, there are still now 4 crews in it. Northeastern are still in it. They're moving a little bit back. They're probably in 4th place. But we have got Harvard in that qualifying position. Northeastern needs something special now. The Cox is just calling. Could hear Northeastern Cox just calling his crew. Alex Stanny from Montclair, New Jersey. They need to do something because they are being left. And Harvard moving up. And Brown now getting level with Harvard. It is Brown, Harvard, and the Supreme Tigers out in front of the qualifiers at the moment with 600 meters to go in this race. I have to say, Princeton looks so easy on the front end. They're really not just, it looks like they're not doing anything on the front, but the catches are so quick. They're so loose around the front turn, easy around the back turn. It's beautiful ride. See what you guys make of it in the tower.
Thank you, Martin. That was awesome. And you're right. There's another race going on for qualification. The Brown team has come from off the pace, and they are threatening. They are moving with every stroke. Northeastern hanging on to them as well. both of those crews starting to challenge Harvard, who is about one boat length behind Princeton. What do you see there, Megan?
Well, it does look like now that we have a better shot here from the drone that it is actually pretty clear. Our qualifiers 1, 2, 3 are going to be Princeton, Brown, and Harvard. But what about this late surge that we've seen from Brown over the last 500 meters to take them right through the Crimson boat? Really well executed there in the Brown boat as they are moving back on Princeton now. Princeton has been really kind of unhurried, untroubled as we've seen them lead pretty much start to finish here. But we're having this late charge from Brown now. We can see if we can get any reaction whatsoever out of the Tigers as we're coming into the red buoys.
Rowing coach.
They do look confident. The Tigers really are sharp, very nice, clean, beautiful catches. 250 meters from the finish line.
Thank you.
They've got the better part of the length. I think they know this one's theirs.
Yeah, Brown's really on the move. They'll look at them just drive the rate right up. I don't have the stroke watch in front of me, but they're definitely overstroking Brown, and they're on the hunt here, looking like they're trying to overthrow the Tiger boat, because Harvard is absolutely going to answer that call from Bruno as well. It is going to be Tigers over the line, no problem. Late search from Harvard to try and challenge back on that Brown boat, but it is going to be Brown over Harvard. Really close contest here again on the far side between Northeastern and Syracuse, with the Huskies just getting the better of the Orange. And it looks like Cornell not up in the contest today, but here they are rounding out the field for us in that semi of the men's 2V. Yeah, really well rowed by the Princeton Tigers there to take the win and the first qualification spot. Time of 5:39.98 in the Princeton boat, followed by Brown, 5:42.24. Just pipping Harvard at the line, 5:42.98. And a gap between themselves and the three remaining